Okay, good morning, everyone. Good morning to all our participants and also to our speakers this morning. May I know if everyone can hear me well? Kindly type 1 in the chat box. Okay, so I believe, no, marinig lahat. So once again, good morning. This is Glenn Louis Banoy, the Information Assistant of the University of Mindanao. And we welcome you all in today's Senior High School Immersion webinar for the Architecture and Fine Arts program. Before we formally start, I would like to inform everybody that our webinar is also live on the official YouTube channel of the university. So you can inform your classmates, your schoolmates, and also your batchmates that they can join or they can participate in YouTube. And also you can replay now if you have problem with your internet connection. You can replay this webinar session because this will be posted immediately right after our session. Okay, so at this juncture, let us be in the moment of silence for the invocation and the singing of the Philippine National Anthem to be led by the University of Mindanao.
Many nights we've cried with no proof anyone could hear. In our hearts a harmful sound we barely understood. Now we are not afraid, although we know there's much to fear. We walk the mountains long before we knew we could. There can be miracles when you believe. Though hope is frail, it's hard to who knows what miracles you can achieve when you believe somehow you in this time of fear and prayer so often proves in vain, hope seems like the summer voices lifting, float away. Yet now I'm standing here, my heart so full I can't explain, seeking faith and speaking words I never thought I'd
kayang magiliw, pero sa silanganan, alam ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisingil. Sa dagat at bundok, sa simuya, sa langit ng bagha, may dilagang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kislap ng matawat mo'y tagumpay na nagniningning, ang bituing at araw niyang kailan pa may di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng wala di pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya ng pag may mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Okay. So I would like to request all our participants to kindly type down your strand and school name in the chat box here in Zoom, and also in our participants in YouTube, kindly comment down in our chat box your strand and school name. So before that, we would like to thank the teachers, immersion teachers, and also the principals, the grade 12 advisors of these students for allowing them to participate in our immersion webinar. So we are very grateful now for accepting our invitation, and we know that this program or this webinar is very helpful for the immersion students so that they can have the knowledge, and also they will be informed on how to write a winning cover letter, how to ace the interview, and also how to behave in the social media platforms. Okay, so I will read some of our participants in YouTube. We have participants from St. Jude College of Science and Technology, and also Southern Baptist College, Mindanao State University. Let me read some. I think we have also from Federico Yap National High School, General Santos City National High School, and here in our Zoom account, we have from Coronadal National Comprehensive High School, and Lior and June Academy School of Technology. So we welcome you all, no? From, I think this is from Jensan, Davao del Sur, North Cotabato. Again, welcome everyone to our senior high school immersion webinar for architecture and fine arts program. So these participants this morning are the future architects and fine arts professionals. Okay, so without further ado, I will present to you our speakers this morning. Our first speaker will discuss about the pre-employment requirements. So our speaker will help you discuss on how to write a winning cover letter, resume, how to ace the final interview, and also how to behave in the social media platforms. So please help me welcome the Vice President for the External Relations and International Affairs Office, Dr. Reynaldo C. Castro.
Thank you very much, Glenn. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Good morning to our senior high school students and welcome to our web immersion program today. No, I understand that those who are participating our session today probably are interested to pursue architecture and fine arts. But for those of you who are still not sure on what to enroll for college, then as Glenn mentioned, you can watch our previous videos in our YouTube channel. My topic today is I'm going to talk about three things. One is how are you going to prepare a winning application letter and resume. These two important documents are necessary in your first step of your application process when you apply for jobs in the future, and even when you apply for colleges or universities for your tertiary education. The second part is your interview. How are you going to ace in your job interview? And third, some social media etiquette that you need to observe. For the first topic regarding how to write an application letter and resume, I'm going to show you a video presentation. Let's watch this. Hi to all our students in CAID 500 and welcome to our second video. Today we are going to talk about two important things in your CAID 500 and in your application process. Writing a cover letter, or popularly known as application letter and resume. First, why write a cover letter? I'd like to cite three reasons. First is that because you have earned a formal education, a formal baccalaureate degree, you need to show to your potential employer that you can write and that you can communicate well. That's why you have to write an application letter or a cover letter. Second is that you have to highlight your particular skills, your past work history, or other areas that are specific to the job that you are applying. You have to think of it as a quick sales pitch. And third reason is that you have to set yourself apart from the competition. Remember this, in one position, there's a dozen or two of you applying for that position. And therefore, the first level of assessment of your potential employer is your application letter. So, how are you going to write a winning cover letter? These are our tips. First, you have to write there the date. Don't forget the date. And when you are going to write your application letter, you are going to follow the American English style. So you start with the date, for example, September 10, 2020, not 10 September 2020. The next one is that you have to write the name of the addressee. Maybe the HR manager or the president of the organization. If you don't have any idea of the name of the HR manager or to whom you're going to address the letter, then you have to exert extra effort. You can visit the company, you can give them a call, and ask from them to whom you can address your application letter. If you're going to visit the company, then tell the HR office. Normally, you have to proceed to the HR office and ask the people there in the HR that you're interested to submit an application letter, and you're going to inquire from them to whom you're going to address the letter. So get the complete name, the exact position of the person, and of course the name of the company and the address. So that's how you're going to do it. For example, you have Miss Joanne T. Santos, HR manager. Oops, you also have to make sure that Joanne Santos is the HR manager, because she might be the VP for HR. And by writing there, HR manager, you have demoted the person. So it's already a demerit in your part. So you have to make sure what's the exact position of the person. So let's go back to that. Miss Joanne T. Santos, HR manager, XYZ Corporation, Ponciano Street, Davao City. That's it. And then you have the opening. You say, Miss Santos, colon. Do not write Dear Miss Santos, because remember that your application letter is a formal style of communication, and writing the word Dear Miss Santos reduces the formality of your communication unless you are very close to that person. So you write there Miss Santos colon. In your first paragraph, you have to mention how did you get to know about the information of the position, whether you get the information from a friend or somebody who's working in the organization, or maybe you have read that somewhere in the local paper, then you can cite that in your first paragraph, and your interest of applying for the position. So for example, you would say, I've read in the local paper, Mindanao Times, dated September 4, 2020, that your company is in need of accounting staff. I wish to apply for the position. Alright? So you have there the information and your interest. Why is it's important that you cite the information? Because it's also significant to the company whether the promotion that they have had is working for them. And it's giving them an output. It's giving them effective promotion of their job opening. The second paragraph of your application letter, you can write there your experience. Two things, no? One is your work experience related to the position that you are applying. And second, what are the attributes, work attributes that you possess which you think are significant in the performance of the function. And in the third paragraph of your application letter, you can write there, you can open doors for further meet and greet of the HR or of the interviewer, because you cannot tell everything in your resume and in your application letter. So you can say there that I wish to share more of my qualifications at your most convenient time. I can be reached at your contact number or your email address. And then you can close the letter by saying sincerely or respectfully yours. I suggest do not write very truly yours, because Tagalog mo yung very truly yours, ako iyong buong buo, no? It's not very formal. Again, I'd like to remind you that your application letter is a formal style of communication. So after closing, don't forget your name and then your signature. Voila! You have your winning cover letter. Next video, Glenn. Last video, last discussion, we talk about how are you going to write a winning cover letter. And today, partner with your cover letter is the resume. We're going to talk about how are you going to write a winning resume. The resume is your personal brochure to market yourself. It should give your potential employer a quick view of what you can do for them. So for new graduates just like you can list your accomplishments in school. Do not worry about not having any accomplishments or work-related accomplishments. You can pick out those school accomplishments that show responsibility, reliability, cooperative spirit, and the like. That's why you have to make the most of your experience while you are still in the university. You can cite those experiences that you have with extra and co-curricular activities, your membership to various academic or non-academic student organizations. So what are the suggested format or tips in writing your resume? This is how are you going to do it. You start, of course, with the most important thing, followed by with the less important, and so on and so forth. So what you can start is you write your name, your full name, your address. You have to be specific in your address. You have to write there the street, house number, purok, and barangay. Why you have to be specific in your address? Because these potential companies of yours, they're going to make a background investigation, and one way of doing that is to visit your barangay or your residence. They're going to talk to your purok leader or to your barangay leaders, no? What are your participations, or are you really residents of that area? Then after you address, another important information that you have to provide there in your resume are your contact number and your email address. These two are important, especially in giving you feedback on the status of your application. And your companies, potential companies, they don't believe that you don't have any email address or contact number, because we are in a generation of technology. So you really have to make sure that you have a functional email address and your contact number is really yours. The next one is you have to write a summary statement. A summary statement is a gist of who you are in terms of your potential to the company, in terms of what you can contribute to the company, in terms of your competence. whether you can perform to the function or not. So, two things. When you're going to write your summary statement, let's go back to the second paragraph of your application letter. I said that when you write your second paragraph in your application letter, there are two things that you are going to highlight there. One is your work-related experience, and the other one is the attributes. No? What are the attributes that you possess that are related to the performance of the function or the requirements of the position? So that's the summary statement. Later on, I'm going to show a sample summary statement. How are you going to write it? The next one is your work or school related experience or OJT experience. Now, if you're a working student, then you can write there, but you have to make it sure that your work experience during the time that you're still in the university are related to the position or to the requirements of the company, or your OJT experience, of course, for sure, are related to the requirements also of the potential company that you're applying to. So you have to cite that in your resume. The other one is that what are the job responsibilities that you have had in your internship or in your OJT experience? And I think it's there in your OJT manual, the manual that your OJT coordinators are giving to you during the time that you have your OJT. So you can copy those and include that in your resume because those are specific assignments that you have had during your OJT. And the other one is your accomplishments or your recognitions or your achievements when you were here in the university. If you have, for example, participation in a community extension, because it speaks about volunteerism, it speaks about you being a team player, no? And your exposure to other staff, that during the time that you're in the university, you're not just a plain student, but you also engage yourself to other or various or related activities that can at least bolster your experience, your qualification, and your competence. The last one is, of course, your education. So you see there's nothing there in your resume. You do not put anything that are not relevant to the position that you're applying to. No? There's nothing there that asks you about height, weight, and religion. That's why when you write your resume, you have to tailor fit the content of your resume based on, number one, on your competence, on your qualifications, on the things that you possess that you can offer to the company. And second, tailor fit the content of your resume based on the requirements of the company. That's why I suggest do not buy the ready-made biodata form that you can buy in the bookstore nor in store, because there are information that you may not be included, no, in your resume, and which are actually relevant to the position that you are applying to. So that's how are you going to write your resume. Remember this, in a gist, when you write your resume, 7 things that you have to remember, or you have to make it sure that these 7 things are there in your resume. Number 1, what can you do for me? When you write your resume, when you prepare your resume, you have to make it sure that this question is being answered in the content and substance of your resume. Second, do you have the skills I'm looking for? Third, where have you worked before? It's also important that you have to cite your work experience, the company that you had, your internship, your OJT, because aside from it was an opportunity for you to apply the learnings that you have learned from the university, for sure your work or internship experience have developed you have improved your soft skills, some of your soft skills. Like for example, work attitude skills, the ability for you to follow deadlines and instructions from the company, like wearing proper uniform, wearing an ID, coming to work on time, following the rules and regulations of the company. Those are very important stuff. Although sometimes we said that those are simple stuff, but those are very relevant stuff. Number 4, is your experience relevant to my needs? Number 5, do you have the right education and credentials? So you see, question number 4 and question number 5 are related to each other, which means that whether you have this experience or education and you're applying to a position that's quite different from the training and the experience that you have, you know, give that to those people who have the relevant experience and training. Question number 6, what kind of person you are. So it's important that you also have to highlight your soft skills, your personal attributes, and last but not the least, where can I contact you? I overly emphasize the relevance of your email address and your contact number because, as I said, that whenever there's a need for you to report immediately or submit additional assigned documents or papers relevant to your application, this is the fastest way of the company telling you about those stuff. So I hope that with that information, you can start writing your resume. Okay, there you have it to our senior high school students. You have learned from that video how to write an effective application letter and resume. I'd like to proceed to my next topic. Let me share my screen. So remember that the purpose of you writing your application letter and your resume is for you to proceed to the next stage, which is the interview. You will not be hired by the company, no. You will not be chosen by the interviewer based on what you have written in your resume, but your resume will allow you to proceed to the next stage, which is the interview. And this time, let's talk about the interview. The interview is the deciding factor of the hiring officer. So, if the purpose of the resume is for you to proceed to the interview, then the purpose of the interview is for you to get the job. No, even if you are the most qualified, even if you are the most competent applicant to perform the job, but your interview does not speak well, no? I mean, you're not good, your performance is not good during the interview, then you will not be chosen, no? You will not be selected by the hiring officer. So that's how important the interview is, no? So it says here that preparation is half the battle. Why is that so? Because the questions raised during the interview are the same questions over and over again. So therefore, the fact that you are expected to be familiar with the questions raised during the interview, that's why it is expected that you are ready, no, and you have prepared for eventualities and for potential for possible answers. Now, as I mentioned, that the interview is the deciding factor. Why? Because how candidates behave during the interview is often seen as an indicator of how they will perform during the interview, especially if it's a face-to-face interview. But if the interview happens this time, no, and in most cases the conversation is done through the online modality, no, um, the interviewer or the hiring officer will have a better gauge of your ability, of your performance, no? Ma-observe nila ngayon kung anong klaseng tao ka, okay ka ba, no? So makikita nila during the interview. And that's why the better prepared you are, the less nervous you will feel and the more confident you will appear. So importante na confident ka, importante na hindi ka ninenervyos, no, during the interview, because if you are nervous during the interview, then the possibility of you not responding well to the questions and maybe you will stammer, no, you will not be spontaneous in your answers. So it will give an impression that you are not ready and that you are not comfortable and that you are not confident of the position or to perform the position. Another important thing is that you have to know about the purpose of the interview and the organization so that you can provide your better response to the question. So it's just like, when you want to be part of the organization, and ako, for example, I'm the one doing the interview, I want to know whether you have a prior knowledge and whether you have done an initial research about the company. Because if you do that, no, it will give an impression that you are really interested to be part of my organization. After all, that's why you are here, no? That's why you are there for a job interview. So ang dapat ninyong gawin, basahin ninyo, no, mag-advance reading kayo about the organization, try to read their vision and mission statement, their philosophy statement, what are their core values, and what are their products or services. So if you're, for example, a graduate of architecture or fine arts, you want to be an architect apprentice someday, no? Ang gawin ninyo is pag-aralan ninyo yung architectural firm or design firm na pwede ninyo applyan in the future, gaano na sila katagal sa industry, sino-sino ang kanilang mga clients. And information like that are very easy to access because you are digital natives, no? Senior high school students, you are digital natives and information are right at your fingertips, okay? So sabi ko, preparation is half the battle because pwede nyo naman talaga paghandaan yung job interview. Pwede nyo paghandaan yung mga questions at potential na isasagot ninyo, no, para ready na kayo. Ano ba hinahanap ng mga hiring managers during the job interview? First and foremost is the ability to perform the job. They will ask questions about your knowledge, your competencies, and your skills. Now, if you will be graduate of STEM or if you will be graduate of architecture and fine arts, this career, no, being an architect or being an architecture graduate or being a fine arts graduate are highly technical profession, which means that kailangan importante yung skills about designing, about tama ba ako, designing and planning, all right, and arts, no, and drawing, for example, something like that, no, or anything, any language in the computer that has something to do about your profession. So importante 'yon, no. So ngayon, kung ako ang hiring officer, I'd like to know whether you are knowledgeable in this stuff, no? Whether meron ka bang alam doon sa mga technicalities sa pag-design using a computer, yung mga software and program na nasa computer when it comes to designing because that's the fastest way of you doing a design, for example, 'di ba? So I will be testing your ability, your competencies, or your skills, your talents with regards to that thing, no? So basic yan. Ano ang alam mo sa trabaho? At ito ang requirement ko. Meron ka bang alam? Meron ka ba nung talent na yun? Meron ka ba yung competencies na yun? So kung meron ka, then you can show that to the hiring officer. The other one is your fitness. Fitness when it comes to culture and personality. So it is something to do about your attitude, your ability to assimilate with people in the organization, and your ability also to be with other people, your team player ability. The third one is your motivation and enthusiasm. Are you that person who is motivated and driven by your career goals, by your career aspiration? Meron ka bang ambisyon for you to grow professionally? Hindi lang ba personal ang growth na iniisip mo, no, na alam mo magkabahay ka, magkaasawa ka, magkaroon ka ng maraming anak, things like that. Those are very personal and companies and organizations do not care much about those stuff. But if you say something about you have dreams, you have career dreams, then it will give again an impression that you will really strive hard for you to grow. Okay? That's why you will be asked questions like, how do you see yourself in 10 to 15 years? So yung mga ganon. Again, knowledge of the companies is still here because it's just like yung mga lalaki, gusto nila manligaw sa mga babae, di ba? Bago kayo mangligaw, before you do that, for sure, inalam nyo muna kung anong klaseng tao yun siya, no? Ano yung kanyang mga interests at saka yung mga likes niya, no? And because you see that those interests and likes are akin, no, or similar to yours, then probably that what attracts you to that person. Ikaw din, girl, bago ka magsabi ng yes sa isang guy, alamin nyo muna din kung may match ba, no, doon sa interest and personality ninyo, doon sa nanliligaw sa inyo. So it's akin to that, no, similar to that when you apply to a particular company. Gusto ko muna malaman kung ako ang interviewer or hiring officer. I'd like to know whether there's a match between your interests, your personal philosophy in life, and with our organizational philosophy, no? Okay? And communication skills. Gusto ngayon iti-test ng hiring officer whether you can communicate well. And when I say communication skills, it doesn't only mean the ability for you to speak in English, but It's your ability to relay a message, no, to communicate and discuss a particular topic, no. When you, for example, receive a specific information, how do you process that information and how do you relay that to other person? All right. So that's what they mean by communication skills. So generally during job interview, there are three things. Now, I mean, three major questions are can be grouped into three major stuff, no, or three major ideas. One is that questions of the interviewer will be something about you doing the job. So questions about your skills, your talents, your competencies, and your abilities, no. Yung sinasabi ko, if there's a need for you to perform, to use an equipment, to operate a computer software for design, are you knowledgeable? Can you do that? No, I mean, do you have the ability to perform that? So that's number one. The other one is that if you are competent, you have the ability, you have the talent, then the other type of questions that they will be asking from you is that will you do the job? So it has something to do about your interest, your motivation, and your right values to work. For example, you will be asked questions like, in our company, if you will be hired, there are times that you have to work overtime or more than the number of hours that you are required to work, or that you have to work, for example, during weekends, especially that we have to beat deadlines, no, may mga deadline tayo na siniset, and for us to be able to do that, then we have to work sometimes over during weekend. Are you willing to do that? No, or you need to move somewhere, you need to if you're from Davao, then you have to move to other places or travel to other places or stay in other places. Are you willing to do that? No, so that's will you do the job. The other one is your fitness in the company and its culture. So I think I already mentioned this. It is something to do about your assimilation, no? Your embracing the culture of the organization. Kaya before you apply, before you go into that particular organization, then you have to study well about that organization. It's the same thing when you apply for college. If you want to study, for example, in UM, then when you come here or when you enroll in UM, then you will also be asked why enroll in architecture or in fine arts and why in the University of Mindanao. So there is something there that probably prod you, attracts you to take architecture or fine arts, and attract you also to come here or enroll in the University of Mindanao, 'di ba? So pag-aralan ninyo. Like, I heard that UM is like this and like that, and that interests me a lot. And I have a relative, my parents, for example, is also an architect, so that inspires me to also pursue architecture. So things like that. Okay. So these are some of the common job interview questions that will be raised during your job application process. First and basic is about tell me something about yourself. So it's about you introducing yourself to the interviewer, no? Or anything that you wish us to know about you, then you share that or introduce yourself. Now, in this case, even if this is the first question that will be asked during job interview, do not be so personal. The interviewer is not interested about your parents' name. I mean, something that's personal about you, personal information of you, they are not interested of that, no? What is the purpose why they ask this question is that they want to know right away whether there's a reason for them to continue the interview, and we want to know at this instance whether you have the ability, you have the skills, you have the strengths and the experience relevant to the position. Okay, kaya you prepare uh, introduction that all will also touch about your qualifications and about your experience relevant to the position. The other one is what do you know about our company, or why do you want to work in our company? Or when you apply for college, when you apply for a certain college or a university, they will ask you questions like why you want to enroll in our university and why you want to take this course, no? So same thing, all right? I already mentioned that you try to connect the interests, your personal interest and your personal philosophy in life to the values and vision and mission of the organization. Okay? What's your greatest weakness? Why this question is being asked? Because the interviewer wants to know, after all, let us accept the fact that no one is perfect. We are not perfect. And the interviewer is asking this question to you because the interviewer wants to know whether you have the ability to recognize that you are not perfect. That's number one. And number two, that the interviewer also wants to know whether you have the ability to recognize your specific weakness, no? And number three, the interviewer is not interested of your weakness, but most importantly, the interviewer is interested on how you turn that weakness into something positive or how you develop a strength, no? A strength out from your weakness. I hope senior high school students you get my points. For example, I'd like to cite an example, no? Ako, I don't like, I mean, I am an impatient person, no? I don't like to wait. I don't like to be stuck in a traffic. Like if I travel from my house to the office and if I'm stuck in a traffic, in most cases, if that happens to me, it will ruin my entire day. And I will not be productive anymore. And sometimes it will destroy my mood, okay, for the day. So because I'm aware of that, what I'm doing is that I wake up early and go to office early and avoid traffic, avoid being stuck in a traffic. No? So you see, that's my point. You recognize your weakness and how you were able to turn that weakness into something positive, or how you develop a positive attitude, positive characteristic out from that weakness of yours. No, so that's the most important thing there. All right. Do you have any question? All right. So the interviewer will ask you to raise a question. Senior high students, when you're in an interview, do not end the interview. Even it's not a job interview, no. Even whatever interview is that for that matter, you raise question because interview is a conversation, is a form of conversation. And if you are not asking any question, it will give an impression that you are not really interested for that conversation and you are not interested to be part of the organization because you are not asking any question. Okay, so you ask question about the organization, about the specific jobs, no, about what they are really looking for the position from the applicant to be able to perform the function, to be able to perform the tasks. Okay, so that's what you can do, no? What can you contribute most to our organization? Yun ka. Hala, contribute kanang ma'am, sir, na adi amutan. Hala, wag ko kabalo kay contribute man, no? Okay? It's not about you giving them money or what, or assistance, financial assistance. But, this question again is asked because they want to know further, deeper, no? Your qualifications, your interesado kami. I mean, you have to sell yourself, no? You have to be proud of your accomplishments and of your experience, which we believe are necessary, are very important in the performance of the job. Okay? All right. Now, I'm going to show this most common interview mistakes. This is a survey done by PMAP. No, PMAP. PMAP is an organization of HR managers in the country, and we know that HR managers are responsible of hiring, of screening applicants for the respective organizations. And there's a survey um, asking them what are the common interview mistakes done by applicants, and I'm showing this to you senior high school students so that you will avoid this. Do not do this when you're in a job interview, okay? First in the list is answering cell phone or texting. That's a big no-no, no? Dressing inappropriately because it's an insult to the interviewer. You have to dress properly, no? Appearing disinterested, appearing arrogant, appearing unprepared, chewing gum. We understand that sometimes applicants do that, no, because that's their way of managing their tension, no? The feeling of anxiety, the feeling of uncertainty during job interview. But it's obvious if you're doing that, which means that you are not confident and you are not prepared for the job interview. All right, and saka it's an annoying, I mean, you will not be comfortable looking during job interview if you do that. Not providing specific answers, no, that's why you have to cite your experience, you have to cite some situations, no, Yung sabi ko kanina na pag halimbawa ako impatient ako, then I cited an example. I mentioned an example or a situation. And last, not asking good questions. Okay? Ito na, last topic ko na to. Why you have to be careful in the things that you have posted in your social media account, because these HR managers, these organizations would like to do background investigation. All right, they would like to investigate about your personality, deeper, no, your characteristics, who you are as a person. Are you like an arrogant? Are you like, baka problema ka lang, no, when you are going to hire you, baka magka-problema kami sa iyo kasi badlungon ka, no, reklamador ka, something like that, no, sige karang reklamo, no, at tingin mo perfect ang tanan, di ba? So people in the social media, many people in the social media, whether in Twitter or in a Facebook, they're so noisy. I mean, they speak a lot of things that you know sometimes are not to our delights. Okay? That's why you have to avoid these things. Number one is writing negative posts. No? Negative ka masyado. Di ba sometimes ayaw natin yung mga tao na mga negative masyado magsalita, nag-radiate ng negative, nagadala ng negative energy, ayaw natin yon, di ba? And so if you are posting negative stuff in your social media account, it will give an impression na negative ka na tao, di ba? So that's not good. That's why avoid that. Kung may problema ka sa connection sa PLDT at saka sa Globe, no? Bakit mo siya ipopost? Naglilindol halimbawa. Kailangan ba talaga paunahan ng mag-post kung naglindol, di ba? Okay. Another one is ungrammatical posts or use of derogatory language. Okay? Um Kasi there is an impression that you are trained to write, and therefore, when you post something, therefore, marunong ka talaga mag-post, marunong ka mag-construct, at saka meron kang choice of words, no? Wala yung mga bad words mo, yung mga cheap words mo, wala yon, because if you do that, no, may mga bad words ka, may mga cheap words ka, those words are reflection of your personality, of who you are, kung sino ka, no, as a tao, di ba? So, kung pangit ang mga words at saka mga language na ginagamit mo, it will really give an impression na pangit ka, 'di ba? Okay, ngilad ka, laksot ka og batasan, 'di ba? Because 'yan ang nasa isip mo, no? Okay? So don't do that. Don't use derogatory language or mga poor and kalye na mga language, okay? And third, make your posts all about you. Lahat na lang sa iyo, pagkain mo, OOTD mo, lahat, no? Lahat na lang, mga TikTok mo, 'di ba? Yung mga ganun. Because again, impression 'yan is that you want the spotlight to be in you all the time. Remember that it's a social media, and when you say social media, therefore, you also have to talk about social issues. Okay? So, for example, if you have watched a series, you make a review about that series, no? Or if you have finished reading a book, then you make a review of that book that you have read. Okay? Or if there's a political or social or environmental issues that is well talked about right now, no? Then you also participate in the discussion. If you do that, you are making yourself different from the rest. Iba ka, no? So, ibig sabihin, it will give you competitive advantage and competitive edge over the rests. Okay? So, I think that's all, senior high school students, for my topic. If you have questions, you can type that in the chat box. Please continue to follow us in our social media account, in our Facebook, in our Instagram, and in our YouTube channel. Thank you very much, and my advance congratulations to all senior high students.
Thank you, Sir Ray. I hope all of our participants now are listening because this time we will have a game. It's a Menti quiz. So please visit this site. I will share it to you. Okay. So visit menti.com and use the code 20901547. Again, visit menti.com and use the code 20901547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547. 1547 I would like also to acknowledge now our participants from the private universities and colleges. I think we have participants from Philippine Women College of Davao and also from Malayan Colleges Mindanao. Welcome everyone to our immersion webinar for architecture and fine arts. Okay, are you ready for our game? Visit menti.com and use the code 20901547. We will wait for our participants in YouTube. And in 40 minutes, we will start our first set of game. Okay, we will start in 20 seconds. Ten seconds. And we will start in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so welcome to our first set of game. And you need to answer fast to get more points. Here, the question number 1. How long is the ideal resume? 1 to 2 pages, 4 to 5, or it depends on the job you are applying. Okay. So, dalawa lang yung nagkamali. Very good. The answer is 1 to 2 pages. Let's see our first leaderboard. Okay. So next time, kindly indicate your school name, no, so that your school will be recognized. Our fastest is Dom, followed by D, Dash, Laika, and Johanna. Okay. So from our participants, we will select, 5 winners. It will receive tokens from the University of Mindanao. So here is our question number 2. The objective of the resume is for the applicant to get hired. True or false? Time's up. Okay. So at least now my 8 from our participants answered correctly. So why it is false? Because the objective of the resume is for the applicant to get interviewed. No, it's not the basis for what do you call this one? For the final basis of the hiring process. So mayroon tayong tinatawag na steps of the hiring process, and the final decision factor is the interview. Okay, that's why the answer is false. Let's see our leaderboard, and I think only 3, no, yung nagkamali sa ating top 10. And let's see our top 5 for this round. We still have Dom, D, Prince, Queenie, and Laika. Okay, are you ready for our next question? Here's the question number 3. Answer fast to get more points. The best applicant gets the job. True or false? Okay, still I think 8 yung tumama. No? The correct answer is false. Why? The best interviewed gets the job. Let's see our leaderboard for this round. I think Dom still our top 1, but okay. Still Dome, followed by D, Prince, L, and C Dash. Now let's proceed to our second to the last question. Okay, so answer fast to get more points. Which of the following should not be in your resume? Contact number, education, or height and religion? Time's up. Correct answer is, okay, very good. Everyone answered correctly. The answer is height and religion. Let's see who's the fastest on this round. I think still, no? Si Dom pa rin. Okay, let's have our final question for this round. Will you do the job is a general question on the applicant. Skills, motivation, or adaptability? Will you do the job? I think everyone has voted. Oh, only 7 answered correctly. So why motivation? Because the question here is about will you do the job? It's a question of willingness, no, your interest for that position. That's why the answer is motivation. Okay, skills, that's can you do the job. Okay, so let's see our final leaderboard. Okay, I think we have the new fastest for this round. That's Fuisha. But still, Dome is our top one, followed by D, Prince, Dash, and Chris. Okay, so kindly email me your contact and school information so that you will be instructed on how to claim your tokens or your rewards from the University of Mindanao. Okay, so expect for 2 sets, no, for another 2 sets of Menti game. So please prepare your Google, your any site, just visit menti.com and follow our code number. So para mas interactive yung ating webinar this morning. Okay, so that concludes our first speaker about the pre-employment requirements. Hope you learn a lot from our speaker. This time, let's move on to the speakers from the College of Architecture and Fine Arts Education. And they will discuss the careers in the architecture profession and also in the fine arts profession. Our first speaker from the CAFAE is an instructor and also professor from the architecture program. Please help me welcome architect Linef Lovitos Angong. Welcome, ma'am.
Hello, sir. Hello, students. Good morning. Before I will start, let me present to you my presentation first. Can you hear me clearly, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. And can you see my slideshow?
Yes, ma'am. Visible po.
Okay, thank you, sir. So again, good morning, everyone. By the way, I am architect Lynette Lovitos Angong, one of the faculty member dito sa University of Mindanao under College of Architecture and Fine Arts Education Department. Okay, to start, I also remember when I am in your stage after finishing high school or even hindi pa nga nagtapos ng high school, marami na nagtatanong sa akin like, if you are going to pursue college, then anong kurso ang gusto mong kunin? Or what career path would you like to take? By that time, I'm already trying to visualize myself, no, to what really my career path would like to take. And then in my experience, lalong-lalo na if you are not still sure to what career path you wanted to take, yung career assessment during my high school really done a great part and incredibly became a useful tools in discovering my interest. So what I did, I take the test, and then after taking the test, I listed the 3 top skills with the highest score and also matches my interest as well. So yung top 3 are being artistic, realistic, and conventional. So among the 3, ang pinaka nagka-interest ako and very much determined to develop is itong artistic. Actually, masyado ng hindi ko talaga ma-remember, pero masyadong maraming options na courses or program under sa artistic. And ang pinaka nagka-interest talaga ako is itong architecture. So since I have given the opportunity to pursue college, so I really grabbed the opportunity. And by God's grace, I graduated from college here at University of Mindanao, taking up Bachelor of Science in Architecture and become licensed architect way back year 2015. Ayan. Anyway, why I am sharing all about this? Kasi since po you are about to finish high school, I believe that to all of you are present here in today's webinar, especially sa schedule ng architecture and fine arts education, you also have that dream you wanted to pursue. And since present nga kayo ngayon, maybe the career path in becoming an architect or professional in fine arts is one of the choices you wanted to take. And you wanted to learn and have more ideas about what this Bachelor of Science in Architecture program is all about. What are the skills that can be developed during taking the program? What are the job opportunities after taking the program? And if this is the right career for you. Yan lahat ang pag-uusapan natin ngayon. Yan. So to start with, have you ever wondered how skyscrapers and building are made? Nagtataka ba kayo paano yan siya ginawa? Did you ever come across a beautiful house and then wish na makapagpatayo din kayo ng ganyan in the future? Or have you ever fascinated by how the world's famous structure were designed and able to last for centuries? Until ngayon, andito pa rin, nakatayo pa rin yung mga famous na structures. So if yes, architecture will be the answer. Okay, ano ba ang architecture? Okay, architecture, I will just give a brief definition. It is the art or practice of designing and constructing buildings. In short, architecture is all about buildings. Okay, ayan. Kita nyo ba itong sample? Yan. I had here the famous Eiffel Tower in Paris. Yeah, I think walang taong hindi kakilala nito, no? And then I have also here the colorful building ng St. Basil's Cathedral in Moscow, sa Russia po ito. And then, yeah, one of also the famous Marina Bay Sands in Singapore. And then again, in Singapore, the most spectacular architectural design, the gardens by the bay. I also included the iconic structure in the Philippines, the one that here, the Philippine Arena. And then also included the historic building in Manila, still in Philippines, the main building of University of Santo Tomas. And the last one is itong, medyo blurry, no? And Burj of Khalifa, one of the tallest building around the world. It's a skyscraper in Dubai. Ayan. So actually, marami pang mga magaganda and famous building all around the world. Not only the one that I had presented. Bakit ko ito pinakita sa inyo? Because buildings are fundamental part of human experience. Yes po, nakaparte na yan siya sa atin. We live, worship, seek care, and spend our leisure time inside the structure. And every time po we get inside the building, we usually evaluate them according to how effectively they serve their specific purposes. Nagandahan ba tayo? Komportable? We feel safe inside the building. And did you know that in every case, itong mga fabulous, fantastic, amazing building design or behind all those spectacular architectural design is the work of essential craftspeople. Yes po, gawa po ito ng mga tao na may spectacular din na skills. And these people are called architects. Sila po ang behind doon sa mga magaganda and famous building. Now, sino ba si architect? Yan. So si architect po, sila yung skilled professional who plans and design buildings. And they also generally play a key role in the construction. Si architect po, dapat highly trained, of course, because they bear the responsibility for the safety of their building users. Nakasalalay po sa kanila ang safety ng occupants or user ng building. So, ganun po ang trabaho ni architect. Ayan. Since nga na-mention ko kanina sa introduction na andito kayo ngayon kasi there is an interest in you na maybe in the future gusto nyo ding tahakin ang career in becoming an architect. So, the next question is, paano maging architect? So, here's the next slide. Yan. So, ito po ang path or ladder in becoming an architect. Apat po ito, no? We have this college, and then apprenticeship, then passing the board exam, and then professional growth and development. Ayan. So kita nyo tong red word here at the bottom. Ayan. So bale, andyan pa tayo ngayon na level, no? So medyo mahaba-haba pa yung tatahakin natin. But don't worry. Yan. So let's say you had now the concrete goal of becoming an architect. So what you need to do is, number one, you need to earn a degree through a 5-year Bachelor of Science in Architecture. So 5 taon po ang College of Architecture, ang program ng architecture. This is a program offered by different schools, and of course, is one of the school that offers this program. Then secondly, after po ninyo makagraduate sa program, you need to complete 2 years experience internship. So iba po ang internship natin, and this will be discussed later. And the third step is, after completing po the program, ito yung 5 years na program, and then you also done with the 2 years in apprenticeship. Now, you will take and you should pass the licensure exam for architects for you to become a registered architect. So, dito pa lang po sa stage 3, if you pass the exam, licensed architect ka na po, and you can now practice your profession. And you will be also called architect. And then, after passing the board exam, then you can now practice your profession for professional growth and development. So it's up to you if gusto mo pang mag-proceed with other o mag-masteral ka pa, or you will also practice in different areas but still related to architecture or being an architect. Okay guys, I am very happy we have participants also that is really eager to learn about architecture. And deciding to be an architect is also a wise career choice. It is exciting. It pays well, and you will make significant and lasting contribution to how societies are shaped. Diba? Nakaka-proud po that one day maging isa ka sa maging magiting na arkitekto sa inyong lugar, no? That contributes a lot of development. But not everybody has what it takes to fulfill this complex, technical, and multifaceted role. Kasi maraming abilities po ang kailangan para magampanan ang pagiging arkitekto. And isa na doon ang pagiging technical natin. Sa totoo lang po, it takes unique mix of skills to be suitable po para sa career ng architecture. Therefore, if you have this concrete goal to become an architect, you need to be highly trained and become professionally licensed. But guys, you do not have to worry kasi here at UM, especially the College of Architecture and Fine Arts Education, we are very much open to help you to take your first step. Ready po kami to welcome you para sa unang hakbang nyo dito sa pagpurso ng inyong career. In fact nga, the University of Mindanao offer Bachelor of Science in Architecture program since 1970 pa po. Yan. To give more details about our college, let me tell you a brief history lang, no? About sa CAFAE College of Architecture and Fine Arts Education. So since nga nasabi ko kanina na ang University of Mindanao offering BS Architecture since 1970. Yes po, since 1970. And then in 1990 po, Architect Iluminado D. Quinto Jr. become officer in charge of the program and eventually the dean since 1990 up to present. Siya po yung dean namin. By the way po, our dean is top 1 po siya sa licensure exam and he graduated from University of Santo Tomas year 1986. He also got a postgraduate diploma in land management and informal settlement regularization year 2007 at Erasmus University. He also got a diploma in urban regional planning 1997 University of Philippines Diliman. And he also got a master's degree in urban and regional planning 2005 University of Philippines Mindanao. And now ongoing po ang kanyang doctor's degree of philosophy in management dito po sa University of Mindanao. So sa dean pa lang po, hindi na po tayo basta-basta. Yan, so let's go back. In the year 1995 po, ang College of Architecture was born. And then in 1997, ang BS Architecture po recognized by the PRC. And one of the top performing school in the Philippines. In 2000 po, we have reached to 1,000 enrollees, no, dito sa BS Architecture. And then in 2003, BS Architecture recognized again, no, for one of the top performing school for the second time around. And then in 2005, we have our first top-notcher, si Joseph Vincent Baslot as a 7th placer in the licensure exam for architects. And then on the same year, BS Architecture started its quest for accreditation with PACOCOA. And then in 2010, CAFAE or College of Architecture and Fine Arts Education was born. And at the same time, yung Bachelor of Fine Arts major in painting program also was offered na sa University of Mindanao. So 2010 po. And then we are certified ISO year 2012 and year 2016. Year 2015 po up to year 2019, that's the year po na mayroon kaming consecutive top-notchers. We have 9 top-notchers in total. And then in year 2016, we achieved the level 3 first re-accreditation status. Now, if you enroll, or if you would like to make a history, to be part of the history, yeah, better enroll here in UM. Ayan po ang history ng CAFAE and masasabi mong established na po talaga ang aming college. Ito po sa picture na ito, yeah, DPT building, and on the 4th floor, dyan po malocate yung College of Architecture and Fine Arts. And this studio with drafting table is yung laboratory studio namin. And we have also computer-aided laboratory with computers, and we have this lecture room. So ganito po din yung itsura ng lecture room namin. Ayan. So again, therefore, if you wanted to be part po ng history, then take your first step dito sa UM. Now, what to expect in taking up Bachelor of Science in Architecture dito sa UM? Under this program, the students will be trained, no? If you take architecture dito sa UM, you will be trained about different aspects of architecture, such as drawing and design, principles of construction, visual perception, and a lot more. Marami po. So para magkaroon kayo ng idea, ano ba ang mangyayari within 5 years taking up this degree, I would like to present to you some technical courses. Now, when we say courses, ito po yung mga subjects under this program, the architecture. And together with the courses, I also included sample outputs from students. Random lang po. Hindi ko na sinali yung mga minor subjects. Okay, now, what to expect on your first year? Okay, these are the courses you will take. You know, we have the graphics 1 and 2, visual tech 1 and 2, theory of architecture 1 and 2, history of architecture, building technology 1, design 1, 2, 3. And here are some example outputs from our students. For graphics 1, yan. So this is about the use of instrument, geometric construction. Ayan, marunong na po sila mag isometric and drafting techniques. Yan po. Actually, online po ito na mga sample. Yan. And then for the visual tech 1, yan. This is about freehand drawing po, such as still life, architectural forms, and entourage using different media in black and white. So using pencil, pen and ink in black and white. So this is the professional school po ng UM. This is one of the building here in Davao, the Arcadia. Pen and ink po ito. And then another example for still life drawings. And then the Davao City Hall po. In pencil technique. Yan. Let's move forward with the graphics 2. Sa graphics 2 naman po, marunong na po sila magawa ng perspective. So here are their examples. Sorry, natabunan. Ayan. So marunong na po sila magawa ng perspective projections. Yan. Maraming lines. And then let's move with the course Visual Tech 2. So Visual Tech 2 naman, this is study of color, psychology of color, use of color as presentation tool, rendering techniques in mixing and application. So most likely, alam na po nila paano yung gumamit ng mga technique using colors. So this is a analogous color. And then an example of a color wheel. This is complementary colors. You see sa kitchen. And then another complementary colors. And this one is monochromatic. Using watercolor po na media. Yan. And then we have here design 1. So sa design 1 po, the goal is basic creative design exercises with emphasis of space, form, and mass. Sa design 1 po, natuturo na po namin kung paano magawa ng complete set of architectural work such as ito po, site development plan, floor plan, roof plan, elevations, and sections. Sorry, yan. This one is a section. So they already know the emphasis of space, form, and mass. Next po is itong design 2. Sa design 2 naman po, techniques and tools involving modular anthropometrics functional relationship. At ang kanilang plate po dito is restaurant po with its own theme. No? Sila po isip kung ano ang kanilang theme for a restaurant. And this an example is a Southeast Asian bamboo theme na restaurant. So ito ang kanyang concept. Sorry. Then site development plan or floor plan. Ayan. Elevation. So nakita nyo po that he really integrated the bamboo strips since yun po ang kanyang concept. Ayan. Sections. And sa perspective. Makikita nyo po that on their first year, marunong na po sila gumawa ng perspective. And naka-colored na din po. So they already know how to apply color mixing techniques. Yeah, for this course is Design 3. So sa Design 3 naman po, it is about programming, no? Orientation and interrelationship of mga spaces, interior spaces. So ang kanilang plate is about spaces or what is inside a jewelry shop and how they will arrange the spaces accordingly, according to its importance, use, and function. So dito marunong na po sila magawa ng concept using bubble diagram. So by bubble diagram po, they will able to illustrate kung ano ang mga spaces na kailangan needs to be adjacent, anong kailangan na space na magkatabi-tabi, magkalayo. And adjacency matrix. Yan. So, yan po yung first year courses, example of first year courses. Now, let's move to second year courses. So we have Design 4, Architectural Interiors, Building Utilities 1, History, Visual Tech 3, Tropical Design, Static of Rigid Bodies, Design 5, Building Utilities 2, Building Tech 2, Strength of Materials, History of Architecture. So I would just like to emphasize po that this topic of rigid bodies and strength of materials is all about mathematics. Yes po. Tama po ang narinig nyo, may mathematics po ang architecture. Pero basic po. Basic. Yeah, it's part of learning. Now, I will show to you some examples of the second year courses outputs. So, unahin po natin yung Visual Tech 3. Yan po. Visual Tech 3 is about mixed media presentation or multimedia composition and digital presentation, and this includes also photography. So sa Visual Tech 3 po, mixed media, so meaning combination of all the medias that we had learned from first year, Visual Tech 1 and Visual Tech 2. So nakikita nyo po isang drawing with 3 different medias. First is the pen and ink in black and white, and then next media is colored pencil, and then the last media is markers. And then photography is also one of the course content nito. So turuan po kayo how to take photos. And then we have also miniature making. So this is an example of miniature making. And another presentation using burnishing technique, using colored pencil po. And then another example of one image with 3 different techniques using oil, pastel, acrylic, and gouache. Yan. Another example po ng miniature making. This one. And vernacular na house. Modern house. And then next is Design 4. Sa Design 4 naman po is about innovative approach on vernacular architecture including energy conservation and space management. So ang kanilang plate dito is a high school, a elementary school and high school na classrooms or campus. So ayan ang kanyang floor plan. And this is for floor plan ng elementary building. Then floor plan ng secondary building. Interior perspective po ng classroom sa elementary. And then the site development plan. And then this is an example of interior perspective ng secondary classroom. And then the aerial perspective. Next is another example for Design 4, which is very much relevant to our situation right now. We tend to give them a plate about isolation center at ito ang output po ng aming one of our student. So ang kanyang concept is about paper clips and a house, home ambience and fastener symbolism. So he uses the color sa kanyang roofing at saka sa kanyang design. So ito yung floor plan, interior perspective ng clinic lobby, and then interior perspective isolation bedroom, and then ang kanyang exterior perspective. So here is the progressive output. And then let's move forward with Design 5. Sa Design 5 po, since 2 years ago, we experienced a lot of earthquakes. So we let our students to research and make a design proposal of an innovative house design that is resilient po sa earthquake. So here are their sample outputs. So ito yung site development plan ng earthquake resilient house with a 5 members na family. So floor plan, and then ang kanyang elevation. So this group uses a bamboo and a shipping container as the solution for the earthquake resilient house. Yan. Elevation. And these are the connection details kung paano nila gagamitin ang bamboo at saka container van. Combination ng container van and bamboo. So here is the example of the container van and then the bamboo and then the connection details. So since they use the bamboo and the container van, ang pangalan ngayon ng kanilang proposal is the Bahay Kubo, from the word container van and bamboo. Next course po is architectural interior. So this is basic design of interior spaces geared toward initial understanding of theories and principle in architectural interiors in relation to anthropometrics, ergonomics, and proxemics. So this is an example of a Cosmopolitan Club, a restaurant, a fine dining restaurant. So marunong na po silang mag-assign ng mga fixtures, ceiling finishes, and ceiling lightings. And then they will also learn how to assign furnitures like sofa, chairs, tables, and then they will also learn how to assign mga lighting fixtures that is suitable for the proposal. And then mga ceiling finishes. Ayan. So this is how the restaurant looks like using the desired furnitures, fixtures, and finishes. So ito po yung sofa, tablecloth, the lightings, ayan. And then another interior perspective on sa bar area. Yan. So let me present to you a time-lapse lang din ng building utilities. It's about plumbing and sanitary system. Yan, another example. Mabilisan na example. Yan. So, itong utilities 1 po, they do actual demo sa school on how to lay out and install plumbing and sanitary system. Next po na course is Building Technology 2. This is about construction drawings, construction methods and techniques, and production of working drawings. One story po ang kanilang ginawa. So from using masonry and wood na material. So from site development plan to architectural, structural, electrical layout, plumbing layout. So lahat-lahat na po na kailangan sa construction drawings. So may details pa no sa footing, sa slab, column. So complete set na po ng drawings ang ipoproduce ng Building Tech 2. And ganito na po sila kagaling magawa. Trusses, plumbing, another structural details. Ayan. So let's move forward on your 3rd year. So what to expect on 3rd year? So here are the courses. We have Design 6, Theory of Structure, CAD, Building Utilities 3, History of Architecture, Professional Practice, Design 7, CAD 2, Steel and Timber, Building Technology 4, Planning, and Research Method for Architecture. So hindi ito lahat may example, just a random. So let's start with Design 6. Ayan. So nakikita nyo po medyo hindi na po manual, no? Ang Design 6. They already use digital output kasi kasabay dito na year learning, they also learn computer softwares which is useful po in architectural practice. And design exercise about environmental analysis, static circulation, site development planning, and landscaping. So ang kanilang project or kanilang plate po dito is about beach resort using digital presentation. So here is the aerial perspective, and then another perspective showing the beach and the resort, and then swimming pool view, very realistic. Yan. And view during sunset. Yan. So again, kasabay nga dito sa year na ito, since ganito na sila kagaling mag-digital, is itong computer-aided design and drafting. So this is a basic introduction of computer and software programs that is useful po sa architecture, like 2D and 3D drafting design. So ito muna is 2D, so AutoCAD ang ginagamit namin. So they are now able to learn how to make presentation using AutoCAD in 2D presentations. So, ayan. So, on your first and second year, manual pa po. So, this time is naka-digital na. So, mas madali paggawa ng drawings or construction drawings. Ayan, so ito po ang output ng digital. Very clean, easy to make, mas madali ang trabaho. Ayan. Next is Design 7. So sa Design 7 po is another digital presentation. It's about giving emphasis to process and development of building structure using utilities, building laws, structural concept, and ecological planning. So ang kanilang proposal po dito is urban revitalization sa may Lanang, Davao City. So they propose a friendly street through community park, no? Ang street ng Lanang, they propose to make a community park as part of urban revitalization. So they name it as a road of peace. So ganito ang kanilang concept. So tingnan natin kung ano nakaganda ang street ng Lanang. Ayan, so they make parks. Yan. Parang may monument pa. So may bicycle lane, walkable lanes, with trees and flowers. Okay. So let's move to CAD 2 or Computer Aided Design and Drafting 2. So this one is about computer aided architectural rendering, modeling, and animation using current software. So makikita nyo po dito, this one is naka-render na po yung presentation nila. Kasi on the same year, marunong na naturo na din sa kanila ang CAD 2 or about rendering. So this is an example of architectural rendering using softwares, computer softwares. Pwede V-Ray, pwede pa anong tawag no, nakalimutan ko. V-Ray, yung walkthrough, may walkthrough. Or then ang kanilang ginagamit for 3D making is SketchUp. So ganito na po yung finished product, or if naka-rendered na yung from the 3D drawing. So this is the raw, yung sa SketchUp pa, na wala pang rendered, and this one is the final output, yung naka-rendered na. Very realistic na tingnan. Maganda na po. Another raw, yung hindi pa naka-rendered, and then kanina yung i-present ko about urban revitalization, yun na po ang rendered. Yan. So let's have on your fourth year. Okay, sa fourth year, ito yung mga courses: Building Technology 5, Prof-Rock 2, Business Management Specialization, Planning 2, Design 8, Design 9, Planning 3, and Specialization 2, and the last one is Housing. Okay, you have observed po na on your fourth year, may Design 9 na tayo, or thesis writing. Sa architecture po, dalawa pong part ang thesis natin. We have the thesis writing and thesis translation, which is the drawings. So here are the example outputs ng ating fourth year courses na outputs. Number 1 is we have the Design 8. So Design 8 is about exercise giving emphasis to process and develop building structure, utility laws, structural concept, and ecological planning. So this is about a mixed-use building. This is a walkthrough. So let me play the walkthrough presentation. Sorry. Stop mo siya. Ayan. That's an example of walkthrough from our design age students. Now let's move forward po sa 5th year. Yan, these are the courses on your 5th year. So may second part po tayo sa thesis natin, which is the design 10, the thesis research application or the translation po ng thesis writing natin. So we have also specialization 3, professional practice 3, and business management and application for architecture. Wait lang, parang naglindol. Anyway, so let's move on. Isa lang ang gusto kong i-present sa inyo dito, the thesis translation po ng Design 10 student namin. This is about the student accommodation, adapting live and learn community concept through parametric architecture. So dito yan siya sa may gravahan. Okay, let me play to you the walkthrough presentation. Yan. Actually po, this thesis proposal ng estudyante namin, he joined po the Team 20 and Arc Asia National International Competition po, wherein yung mga graduating students will showcase their graduation thesis. Tapos, sa Team 20 po, they invite students around the globe. And sa Arc Asia naman is around Asia. Ngayon po, naging entry itong thesis na ito sa competition. And sa Arc Asia, top 1 po siya sa national. And sa Team 20 po, he received top 10 popularity. Ayan, di ba? Amazing. Amazing student and amazing school. Ayan. So that's the end po ng lahat ng courses and sample outputs from our student. And it is also somewhat pasilip po of what will happen sa 5 years in taking up Bachelor of Science in Architecture dito sa UM. And siguro po, na-observe nyo naman na based sa mga output ng students namin, they are really trained and learning, and they develop their skills thoroughly. And hindi lang iyon, we really make sure po na every time matapos po ng students yung mga courses, the student will be enabled themselves to attain the program outcomes. Wherein the goal na upon graduation, yung architecture student are expected to have these qualities and skills. Ito po. To mention some, they can be able already to demonstrate professional and technical expertise in the practice of architecture. And then they can effectively communicate architectural ideas in various media such as yun po, yung sketch, model, drafting, drawing, digital, as well as in writing and in speech using both English and Filipino. And they are also able to have the ability to effectively work in multidisciplinary and multicultural teams, demonstrate social and ethical responsibility in architectural profession, create architectural solution by applying the knowledge in history, planning, building technology, utilities, etc. They can also be able to apply concept and principle from specialized fields and allied disciplines into various architectural problem. Marunong na po sila mag-create mag-prepare ng contract documents, technical reports, and other legal documents used in architectural practice. Adhering, of course, yung applicable na laws, standards, and regulations. They are now able to interpret relevant laws, codes, charters, and standards. And apply research methods to address architectural problems. Use various information and communication technology, media for architectural presentation techniques in design and construction. They can be able to demonstrate entrepreneurial and business acumen relevant to architecture practice. They can display the management skills of the construction works and building administration. And lastly po, they can participate in the generation of new knowledge, such as pioneering concept and ideas of site and building design beyond the regular physical and location boundaries and context. Yan po yung program outcome or goal po. And this will also link to our program educational objectives that after po mag-graduate ng BS Architecture dito sa UM, 3 to 5 years, the graduates also are expected to be able to demonstrate technical and professional expertise in architecture-related or allied services. They have to gain recognition in the practice of profession. They will be able to demonstrate receptiveness to new ideas and knowledge through scientific research, pursue professional development of development activities through studies and trainings, and then exemplify social and ethical responsibility in the practice of the profession. Until po 3 to 5 years makatapos kayo mag-graduate, we are really looking forward for these educational objectives. Therefore po, si UM are very much confident that after matapos nyo o ng student ang BS Architecture, they are now ready, knowledgeable, and very much equipped to take the second step in becoming an architect. Sa second step pa lang po tayo. Ready na talaga si student to face the reality. Ayun. So, di ba? Napakaganda ng objectives namin. So, after po finishing the program, of course, hindi pa tapos ang laban. We will proceed na sa second step sa path ng in becoming an architect. Yan. So, again, the first step is you should take the 5-year program of Bachelor of Science in Architecture. After nyo matapos, you will proceed to the second step, which is you need to have a 2 years internship. So ano ba itong architecture internship? Now, ang 2 years po internship is, this is like on the job training. Or after nyo makagraduate, you will look for a company or architectural firm and you will choose your mentor which you might think na makatulong sa inyo and makapagbigay ng magandang experience. This internship can be more intense and learning-oriented kasi it involves practical experience in the field, hindi katulad nung nag-aaral pa tayo. Pure academic training sa university lang. But this internship, it allows for more hands-on training. And this is different from other internship kasi 2 years po natin itong kailangan i-take. Now, as an architect's intern, you will also have your responsibility, of course. No? Kasi 2 years niyo yan siyang kailangan tapusin eh. So you have your responsibility. So these responsibilities are, you will provide mga technical and administrative support to a senior architect or a group of architects. And then, kasali sa responsibility mo to do drafting for architectural plans by hand or by using specialized architectural rendering and design software such as AutoCAD, SketchUp, Photoshop. Ito hindi na bago kasi we had a lot of experience and training this during college days, lalong-lalo na pag dito kayo sa UM nag-aral. You will also learn how to pull public records and studying building regulations. Other duties, you are asked to do site visit, no? Building sites, taking measurements, and checking construction against architectural specification. I-check natin if nasunod ba ang plano as per actual. Therefore, during this stage, talagang exposed po tayo sa industry. If mag-ask kayo, ganito ba lahat ang ma-acquire na experience ng isang intern? Well, the experience will depend on the company training the intern. But the goal remains the same, maging diversified yung intern after 2 years. Pahabol pa, by the way, you will also earn salary during internship. But the amount may vary from every firm you work for. So, depende po siya. So, why we need to have an internship? Bakit kailangan? Okay, this is a mandatory. No? Nakastate talaga ito sa RA. So, according to RA 9266, andyan sa naka-highlight, na it's an implementing rules and regulation for regulation, licensing, and practice of architecture. One of the qualification po of applicant for examination, you need to have a specific record of at least 2 years or equivalent of diversified architectural experience that's certified by a registered or licensed architect. So requirement talaga siya na may mairepresenta kayo na record signed by a registered architect before kayo makapag-take ng exam. However, kunwari po, after nyo nag-graduate ng BS Architecture, hindi muna kayo nag-take ng licensure exam, you proceed master's degree. And then pagkatapos mong mag-masters, or pagkat na-complete mo na yung master, then if gusto mo nang mag-take ng licensure exam, 1 year experience na lang yung kailangan. Kasi i-credit na yung master's degree mo, equivalent din ng 1 year. Ayan. So kailangan talaga natin magkaroon ng 2 years experience bago makapag-take ng licensure exam. It is really part on the career path in becoming an architect at saka mandatory po talaga. Yan po ang reason kung bakit may 2 years diversified experience po tayo. Okay, let's move forward. Let's say nakapag-graduate na tayo sa BS Architecture and then na-complete na din natin yung 2 years diversified experience. Isang hakbang na lang po maging isang ganap na tayong arkitekto. And this is the third step in becoming an architect. Yan. So take and pass the LEA. Sorry, it's not LEA na ha. Ay, Ale. It should be LEA. Licensure exam for architects. Okay. Yan pong mga nakalista dyan, yan yung mga courses na covered sa licensure exam. Yan po, history, principle of planning, utilities, structural, building materials, construction, and architectural design and site planning. Okay, students, one of the great opportunities dito sa BS Architecture is mayroon po tayong tinatawag na competency appraisal. We have these courses na tinatawag namin na AR 501, this one. ARC 502, ARC 503. Now, kasali ito sa curriculum required by CHED and this will be taken up during on your 5th year. Ano ba itong courses na ito? Okay, this BS Architecture Competency Appraisal courses. This is for graduating students. It is an appraisal which has an objective of preparing the students in licensure exam for architects. Okay? The courses under this competency exam are also the same courses covered sa LEA, di ba? Try to look at the information. So ARC 501, history, theory, principles of planning, architectural practices is the same courses under sa cluster 1 ng licensure exam. Kita nyo to? Mayroon din silang history, theory, principle of planning, architectural practice. So same po ang courses na binibigay during competency appraisal on your 5th year and the licensure exam. Okay. Since po nagkaroon ng competency appraisal dito sa it is significantly changed the licensure exam for architects' performance. In fact po, ang LEA performance doing so much better and marami na po talagang nag-top sa exam. And to prove this, ayan. So ito po ang LEA performance na graph. Let me just explain this one in brief manner. So makikita nyo po the black line po na graph. This is the national or overall po na performance from year 2018 to 2020. And this red line naman is the line graph ng performance from the year 2018 to 2020. So na-observe nyo po that we are doing good no sa ating licensure exam. Kasi nga we are 14.48% above the national passing. So andyan po no, nakaakyat po tayo sa national passing from year 2018 to 2020. And we produces top-notchers from the year 2014 to 2019. Ito po lahat ng top-notchers natin. So on the year 2014, 10th placer po tayo. 2015, 7th placer. 2017, mayroon po tayong 4th placer. 2018, another 4th placer. And on January 2019 po, may 3 top-notchers po tayo. On the 5th placer, 8th placer, and 9th placer. And on June 2019, the same year, no? We have 2 top-notchers, 5th placer, and 10th placer. So, ayan. all in all po, maganda po talaga ang performance natin in terms of the licensure exam for architects. Yan. So, let's move forward and andito na po tayo sa last part ng topic natin. We really pursue our dream kasi we wanted to have a bright future, di ba? So, we wanted to be professionals and we wanted to have a good career. Now, what are the job opportunities or career opportunities waiting for us? Marami po. Actually, we have different opportunities, no, after natin ma-license. To mention some, let's say if you're working for a private architectural firm during yung internship mo, pwede po kayong mag-level up or mag-move up, no, into a partner or become associate architect. So in public sector naman, with experience, you could move into a lead architect job. Pwede din po. Pwede rin freelance consultant or you can set up your own business. You may get also opportunities to work abroad or overseas. Marami pong architects sa labas, no? You may also work as a junior, senior architect in the government. Pwede din, such as city planning, DPWH, NHA, and other government-related company. You can also work as, this will be the last, no? You can also work as architecture professor or architects in academe, katulad sa amin. In academe, we teach us courses in architecture, especially dito sa UM, and pwede din sa ibang school. Ayan. So, I guess I will end here my discussion. Thank you so much for sparing your time with me. And I hope medyo klaro na sa inyo kung anong career na ang tatahakin nyo or yeah, no, medyo klaro na if you really wanted to pursue architecture, then try to take your first step dito po sa UM. Before I will end this presentation of mine, let me present to you the last video about College of Architecture and Fine Arts. So this video is about the life of UM KFAE. And hindi lang po puro academic, we also have extra curricular activities. Yan. So ito po yung mga professor natin sa KFAE. And this is the last video.
Through and through. Ooh, ooh. It might get hard when we're growing older, but I'll be here and I'll be your shoulder. I can see it now. I can see it now. And oh my God, it never changes. I spend my life trying to recreate pretend they can't fix what's true. Oh my God, hope it never changes. Spend my life trying to recreate this. I don't know. No, I don't know. It's me and you. True feeling. It's a true feeling. It's me and you. True feeling. It's a true feeling. I still remember the night in September. True feeling, true
So again, thank you so much, and I will hand you over to Sir Glenn.
Thank you so much, and for your information, no, that the architecture program in the university is the first program offering here in Mindanao. Okay, so I hope some of you are convinced to enroll in the architecture program. So other than that, we have also our next speaker because we have fine arts program here in the university apart from the architecture. So please help me welcome our next speaker who will discuss to you the fine arts and design best practices. Okay, please help me welcome Professor Giselle Namalata. Good morning, ma'am.
Hi, good morning. Gawat kayo si Ma'am Lynette. Kulban ko. Okay. Hello, good morning sa lahat ng participants. Okay. I'll share my screen first. Share some. Saglit. Gungganan ko, no, Sir Glenn?
Yes, ma'am. Loud and clear po.
Okay. Why I cannot share, sir? I cannot share my screen. Answer. Wait for a 1 second.
Okay, so while waiting for mom, let me present to you an intermission number from the College of the different colleges now, our University of Mindanao Coral. Okay, so let me share it to you.
Whoa.
I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say. No one will love you as you are, but I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send the flood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I go, and I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. Another round of bullets hits my skin. Oh, I won't live, 'cause today I won't let the shit sink in. We are constant through the hating. Reaching for the sun. We are warriors. That's what we become. I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for glorious. With the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send blood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. The doubt is here I go, and I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I'll make no apologies. This is me. This is me. And I know that I deserve no love. There's nothing I know. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send the flood, gonna drown them out. This is brave, this is bruised, this is who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I go. Look out, 'cause here I go. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. Marching on, marching, marching. To be seen, I make no apologies. This is me. This is me.
Okay, that's the University of Mindanao Coral. So if you will enroll in the university, once the face-to-face ay bumalik, you will be part, no? If you want to be part of the team, you can apply or you can do the audition. Okay? So yung ating University of Mindanao Coral is not just the pride of the university but the pride of the Philippines, no? Since 2016, they won the international competitions in Singapore, Japan, and South Korea. Okay, so I think we're good. Let's go back to our next speaker, Professor Giselle. And I think may problem pa, no, sa kanyang presentation. Okay? So siguro mauna na lang muna kung Ma'am Lynette or I think andyan na si Ma'am.
Saglit po.
Ayan. Parinig ka na po.
Hindi ako maka-share sa farm. Zoom.
Okay? So maybe I can start na lang muna, Ma'am Lynette, no, for the sharing of the reasons and factors why they need to choose UM. Okay? So I'll be sharing to you some reasons why you need to choose UM, because UM is the first in leadership education, and we are offering quality, affordable, and open education to all of our students. And in terms of quality education, we have various of certifications and recognitions received from numerous accrediting bodies and also agencies. Number one is the Philippine Quality Award. That's the highest recognition in the Philippines that UM was awarded by the President of the Philippines, Rodrigo Roa Duterte. And also UM is second in the Philippines, or second in terms of the number of accredited programs in the country. So we are next to University of Santo Tomas. So it means that our programs here in the university, or our courses, are not just courses for you to enroll, but these programs or these courses are really, we cannot just say na ano lang siya, for you to enroll, graduate lang mo aning, for example, architecture. But this architecture program, no, dumaan ng mga accreditations, yung mga faculty are competent and skilled, and same time, this is an advantage for you once you graduate. You came from that university na yung level of accreditation is mataas. It's an edge for you as an applicant in the future. Another thing is an ISO certification. As we all know that this is an international standard certification, it means that University of Mindanao is following the standards of the universities and colleges abroad. Okay? So you will expect for quality standard and international standard ng mga facilities, equipments here in the University of Mindanao. And so on and so forth. There are a lot of certification. And once you graduate here in UM, lahat ng certifications na ito, lahat ng seals will be printed, no, or will be included in your diploma. So since pag mangita na mong trabaho or work, ang pangayoon yun, no, one of the requirements of the employer is your diploma. So once makita ng employer na, oy, yung school nyo pala, no, is a Philippine Quality Award recipient, your school is also ISO certified university, and it's a good impression for you. Good impression for you as an applicant, particularly if you will work abroad. Okay, so that's the advantage why UM is really, exerting efforts to apply, to pass the certifications and alike, because it is for the benefit of the students and for the good reputation of the university. Another reason why you need to choose UM, it's the flexible schedule through its term system. We are the most friendly in terms of our schedule. Bakit? Ganito yan. So in your senior high school, I think naka-semestral, no? There are 2 semesters in 1 year. Ibig sabihin, in each semester, alam niyo yan na merong hanggang 8 or 10 to 10 subjects or 8 to 10 subjects per sem. Then in one sem, merong limang buwan. Okay, 5 months in one sem. So what the university is doing for our schedule, yung one sem na yan or yung each semester, hinatin ni UM into 2 terms. Kaya tinatawag naming term system. So kung may 10 subjects in one sem or 8 to 10 subjects, depende sa number of subjects na kukunin, and then mayroong 5 buwan in one sem. So if we will divide that one into 2 terms, ibig sabihin in each term, mayroong 2.5 months. Okay, 2.5 months in first term, another 2.5 months in the second term. Since hahatiin din natin yung number of subjects into 2 terms, ibig sabihin may 4 na subjects per term. Okay? So yung apat na subjects per term na yan, ibig sabihin you will only meet those 4 subjects for the entire week now, for the entire term. So why it is an advantage for you? Because you will only meet those 4 subjects. You will only prepare for those 4 subjects during exams, performance tasks, activities, quizzes, assignments, and all. Because unlike from other universities and colleges na hindi ganito yung system, you will meet the entire 8 to 10 subjects per week. So pag may exams, you will prepare for all of those 10 subjects for the week. So sa UM, since apat lang, marami kang time to spend for other activities and events. So since apat na subjects lang per term, you will only meet 4 hours a day. So sa apat na oras na yan, you can choose morning, afternoon, or evening session. Okay? So if you want to choose morning, if you're a morning person, then you can. If you're not a morning person, then you can choose afternoon. If you have your job in the morning and afternoon, you can choose evening. So ganun po ka-flexible. Kaya marami pong students sa UM, and during the face-to-face, aabot ng 25 or more than 25,000 students sa UM. And this is the main reason why they prefer to study in UM, because of the flexibility. Lalo na yung mga may problema sa financial, because wala nang reason na hindi makapag-aral since 4 hours lang yung tawag niyan, yung i-spend nyo for your education a day. Why not find for a job? Why not magtrabaho sa morning and afternoon, or mag-part-time in the afternoon, then pumili ng morning or evening na session? So yun. And the fact that the UM is located here in the city center, maraming job opportunities, lalo na sa ating mga senior high graduates. You can apply for fast food mga industries, and also for the call center agencies. There are a lot, or other firms, like for the architectural firms, those who are looking for mga senior high school graduates that can assist on their endeavor. Okay, so that's the schedule or the flexibility of our schedule in the university. So kindly take note with the term system, and you can choose what session you prefer, morning, afternoon, or evening. Another reason is the affordability of our tuition fees. So the fact that UM is a private and also a university, dapat mahal. If you will do research sa mga private universities in the Philippines, walang private university na nag-o-offer ng 15 to 20,000 per sem lang. This is parang pantay lang sa mga colleges dito sa Pilipinas. But since this is the philosophy of our founding father, that everyone has a right for quality education. It means that everyone, regardless of your financial status, you can enroll in the University of Mindanao. Okay? So how much is our per semester? I think na-mention ko kanina na yung tuition fee or total na, including the miscellaneous, is ranging from 15 to 20,000 per sem. Depende lang po sa number of units or number of subjects na kukunin nyo for the entire sem. But ganun po yung tawag niyan, yung range na babayaran nyo for the entire semester. As far as I know, 19,000, more than 19,000 kapag full load. Depende din sa course. Yung may mga courses na related to medical, like sa picture na nakikita nyo, or sa architecture na may mga laboratories. However, during this time, binabaan ni UM yung laboratories, may cut na 43% in order na makatipid, So, for those programs na na-mention ko na may mga laboratories, hindi naman po lalaki ng more than 25,000 or tataas ng more than 25,000 pesos. Okay? So, yung standard is 15 to 20,000. If mayroong mga laboratories, it will not be more than 25,000, particularly in the medical programs. And again, hindi ka rin makakita ng mga medical institutions na 25,000 lang below yung total semester na babayaran ng estudyante. So, ganun po ka-affordable si UM. That's why we have a lot of students. Okay? Para mo nag-eskwela o kuan, senior high in a private school. Okay? So, since we are second in the Philippines in terms of the number of accredited programs in the country, So ito yung reason because UM has more than 100 of undergraduate and graduate programs. And yung focus lang muna natin today is for the College of Architecture and Fine Arts. So may dalawang programs si architecture. The good thing about the architecture in the university, it is separate from the engineering because if you will look for other institutions, sabay na yung engineering and architecture. Sa UM, di-divide niya yung architecture na building and also the dean is separate from the dean of the engineering para ma-focus talaga yung field ng architecture and fine arts. That's the advantage if you will enroll architecture in the University of Mindanao. And it has a separate building, it has a separate laboratory. So you will be focused lang talaga for that programs. Another reason, everyone, it's our learning management system because you can learn anywhere. Our blended learning modes or the paper and also the blackboard. So we are using a learning management system wherein integrated na lahat from quizzes, yung exams. So hindi na mag-worry yung parents nyo na sila pa yung pupunta ng school to get the module and all. And once done na kayo sa module, isasabit na naman ng parents nyo because you are not allowed to visit the schools, particularly in areas na GCQ. And here in Davao City na MECQ pa. So in UM, since we're using this LMS, nandito na lahat. So as long as you have the internet connection everywhere in the country, in your province, in your city, kung may bakasyon kayo, you can still join your vacation, your activities, other activities now because you can learn anywhere as long as my internet connection. Then you can submit your assignment and we have two modes, no? The synchronous and asynchronous, and you will meet with your teachers virtually para ma-discuss yung mga nasa module. So you don't need to have your individual na pag-learn ng mga modules because you will meet with your teachers at least twice a week. Okay? Another reason, it's the open education university. Why it's an advantage for you? Because when you say open education, walang entrance exam. Again, walang entrance exam. And at the same time, wala pa kaming school uniform. Anong reason bakit wala kaming entrance exam? Again, di ba sabi ko kanina that everyone has a right for quality education. And everyone has a right for tertiary education. Because we don't know, kahit mababa yung grades mo during the senior high, as long as pasado ka, you are welcome in the university. Kasi baka hindi natin alam that you are the future president of the Philippines, you are the future competent leaders in the society, competent members, mga qualified and skilled individuals, but we do not allow you to enroll. So si UM na, yung mga faculty na ni UM yung bahala sa inyo mag-harness as a diamonds in the rough until such na maging na kayo, precious gem. Okay? So, despite that, kahit hindi kami nag-filter na dapat yung mga matatalino lang, dapat yung makakapasa lang ng entrance exam, but still UM is the producer of top-notchers and we are leading here in Region 11 in terms of the number of top-notchers. For the span of 5 years, from 2014 to 2019, we have more than 120 top-notchers. And what's the advantage? As what you can see in the picture, na napaka ng smile ng ating mga top-notchers because they receive incentives from the university president. So if you will be the next top one of the architects board exam, then you can receive up to 500,000 pesos. No? So ganyan. Then if you have a good performance, then you have the chance na maging part ng ating faculty team sa University of Mindanao. Okay? So I think yun yung mga reasons. There are a lot of reasons, but those are the major reasons that you might consider in choosing the University of Mindanao. And I can say that you can be assured that choosing University of Mindanao will be the best decision you will ever make. Okay? So are you ready for our quiz? So may quiz tayo for this activity para at least man lang ma-remember nyo yung mga natin. Okay, so let me share to you our second set of quiz. Okay, so visit again menti.com. Visit menti.com and use the code 45089001. Again, 45089001. If you have questions, you can utilize our chat box in Zoom and also in the comment box of the YouTube. I forgot no na in terms of affordability, UM is also offering various of scholarship programs. And for our graduating students, once may general average kayo na 95%, general average of 95%, automatically will be part of the academic scholarship offered by the University of Mindanao. But once matapos na tong, I don't know if matatapos pa ba, but if we will shift to face-to-face na classes, you can apply for our scholarship programs like athletic scholarship program, publication scholarship program, student training assistance program, and alike. There are a lot of scholarship program offered here in the University of Mindanao. So for now, yun muna academic scholarship for graduating students, regardless of the number of graduates, as long as you have the general average of 95%, you can enjoy up to 100% free tuition fee. Okay? And for the CHED scholarship like Unifast, once you enroll in the university, your name will be automatically submitted to CHED for the screening, no? Because they will select students who are qualified for the Unifast. So yung requirement lang is to enroll in the University of Mindanao. I think marami pa tayong mga students na gustong sumali. Visit menti.com and use the code 45089001. In 15 seconds, we will start our second set of game. Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and time's up. Now let's have our first question. Answer fast to get more points. UM offers quality, affordable, and blank education. Open, free, or exclusive? I hope nasali na yung school name, no? Okay, very good. Only one. Yung hindi tumama yung sagot. And 13 answered correctly. The correct answer is open education. Again, walang entrance exam. Okay. So let's see our first leaderboard, our top 5 for this round. We have Melody, Laika D. Dominic of Federico Yap National High School, and Hezadale of MSU Jensen City. Okay, very good. May nakasaling name ng school. So our next round, no, please don't forget to include your school name. So here's the question number 2. How much the total assessment of UM per semester? 15,000 to 20,000, 25 to 30,000, or 30,000 and above? Okay, time's up. Correct answer is 15 to 20. So as what I have said earlier, hindi po lalapas ng 25K. Okay. So let's see our leaderboard for this question. I think meron tayong new first placer. The name of D, followed by Laika, Mike, Hezadel of MSU Jensen, and Angeli. Now our third question. UM has how many terms in one sem? 3 terms, 2 terms, or 4 terms? In one sem lang, ha? Okay, everyone has voted. The correct answer is 2 terms. Very good. No? So kapag dalawang semesters na yung tinanong, so the answer could be 4 terms. So let's see our leaderboard. Okay, think merong new tayong second placer. And that's Mike, no? Followed by Hizadale, Angeli, and Gabby. Okay, mayroon pang chances yung iba, no? This is our fourth question. Okay, answer fast to get more points. UM has school uniform and admission exam. True or false? Time's up. Okay, very good. The correct answer is false. So, walang entrance exam and at the same time, walang school uniform. Okay. Leading to our final question. So, in this question, no, there's no wrong or right. Okay. Pabilisan lang ng sagot. And here's the question. I am planning to enroll in University of Mindanao. Yes or no? Okay, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. And 13 of our participants are planning to enroll in University of Mindanao. So, sarap sa eyes, no? Na marami yung willing. And again, we can assure to you that choosing University of Mindanao will be the best decision you will ever make. Okay, so let's see our final leaderboard. I think the fastest is D and our first placer. Okay, this is the final leaderboard. Okay, D is our first placer, followed by Mike, Hezadale, Gabby, and Angeli. Congratulations, and kindly message me your contact information and your school name so that you will be instructed on how to claim your prizes. Okay, so that's it. And please don't forget to follow our social media platforms for the information, no? Like the enrollment process, about our programs, and our news, announcement, and etc. Kindly follow our social media platforms on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, and our website, www.umindanao.edu.ph. Okay, so that's it. And back to you, Ma'am Giselle, for the Fine Arts program.
Hi, sir. Try to share my screen now. Okay.
Okay naman.
Makita na, sir.
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay. Hi. Good morning pa rin kasi still 11:30. And I will introduce to you the Fine Arts and Design course program in University of Mindanao. So Fine Arts, a Bachelor of Fine Arts of Design here in Mindanao offers two school only. And UM is one of the leading of fine arts program here in Mindanao. So, by the way, I'm Giselle Ona Malata, a newly hired faculty member of Bachelor of Fine Arts and Design. And here, to know what's fine arts and design program. So this is based on CHED memorandum order. So before before the college can create the program, we need to really base our system to the CHED memorandum. Kung wala to, the fine arts will not be existed in the University of Mindanao. So to further understand what is arts and design, so in the section 1, article 1, the art and design, basahin ko lang, to have a knowledge about the arts and design or fine arts, art and design. So art and design contributes to the development and learning of an individual. The arts and design practice focus on the study of culture, conscious of the needs to develop personal and national identity, sharpen intelligence and creativity, and develop a worldview that enable to social participation and service to the community. In the Philippines, tertiary education, fine arts and design refers to a wide range discipline characterized by the pursuit and of aesthetic concern, creativity conveyed to different visual-based media. So, what does it mean? Like the visual is the art and design visual is based on the base media. So we're more into skills knowledge, skills development, your own concepts of artwork. If you want to be like a national artist or something like that, or work on the various galleries, you need to show your capability of designing or the media that you are invented or created in your own concept. So graduates of this discipline are grounded in the fundamental knowledge, tools, and techniques in translating concept into artworks and productions. Graduates contribute significantly to growth and development of Philippine culture and creative industries. So program in fine arts and design will shift from an input to an outcome base or OBE. Input base is when upon taking the course in your college days, you will learn the various skills, media making, using the different medias, and um, knowing the different um, variety of creating an artwork. So after you graduate, of course the outcome base, so the OBE, after you graduate, um, you will have the creative and critical thinking, visual literacy, technical and technological competence, and professional ethics. So who will able to practice professional in expanding local and international market and meet globally accepted quality standards in art and design. So you're not just here to, when you take this course, when you graduate, you're just gonna think that, oh, gagawa lang ako ng art and design sa gilid-gilid, ganyan. But you have a lot of opportunities upon taking this course. So later I will show you what are the allied fields that will um, you will get, or career that you will get when you graduated in this course. So higher education institution shall endeavor to use most appropriate learning and physical support system based on their perspective, mandate, vision, and context of operation. So here in university, we have our vision, mission, and we need to um, get or learn para maging ready to to what do you call it? You know, be a professional to the outside world. So ayan. So section 2, uh, all private higher education institution or PHTS intending to offer BA communication must first secure proper authority from commission in according with the PSG. All PSHE I with an existing Bachelor of Fine Arts and program are required to shift to an outcome-based approach based on these PSGs. State university and college, or SOCs, and local universities and college should likewise strictly adhere to the provision of these policies and standards. So, University of Mindanao, Bachelor of Fine Arts are approved to the PhD Commission. Ayan. So, that's University of Mindanao, Bachelor of Fine Arts and Design. About the college, the College of Architecture and Fine Arts Education is the creative academic unit of So we are more academia, like, creative. Like as Mom Lynette introduced, the architecture is more on technical designing, while fine arts is conceptual and, a lot of freedom. You can create your own freedomness of designing your own product, designs and something like that. So program in CAFAE, we have two programs, the Bachelor of Science in Architecture, Bachelor of Fine Arts and Design. Ayan. So I have a glimpse of video here. I will show it to you. A glimpse of history of and of fine art, how and when the fine arts program created. So here, you can see this screen, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So, play ko lang. Oh, sorry. Wait. Wala bang audio? Sound? Okay. I'll share, uh, I'll share it again. Sorry. I will repeat it again. Sorry, again. Okay.
In the midst of
How about now,
rebuilding
sir?
the ruins of World War II, attorney
And na, sir?
Yes po, ma'am.
Guillermo E. Torres established the University of Mindanao in 1946. He envisioned it as an institution that would provide the education for socially, morally, economically knowledgeable, productive, and responsible citizens of the country. He believed that education was for all. Today, under the leadership of Attorney Torres' son, Willie, the University of Mindanao is the largest non-sectarian university in Mindanao, with more than 10 colleges and schools and campuses around southern Mindanao. Like his father, he believes in education for all. In 2010, the university's College of Architecture and Fine Arts Education started offering Bachelor of Fine Arts, major in painting courses, giving rise of a better appreciation for the arts in the region.
One of the key result areas would be about Mindanao culture and arts, specifically the preservation. And after several days of brainstorming, we found out that nothing has been done a lot about Mindanao culture and arts. So the president thought that it would be good if we offer this program. We expect that this program will impact the community and the society by first coming up with a sort of appreciation of the Mindanao culture and arts. And then through this program, We expect that we will be conducting a lot of research and other aspects that will contribute to this preservation and appreciation of Mindanaoan culture.
The program began with 6 students and at present hones the talents of 105 art students. UM's art program endeavors to continually mold young Mindanaoans, particularly Dabawenyo artists, through art education and in the process advance and popularize the Mindanao heritage.
Ayan. So that's the glimpse introduction of fine arts program when started. So here's our dean in the CAFAE, Iluminado Quinto, program, and also the program head, Camilio Keyboard, and the fine arts program head is Riolito Cayas. So you will meet you will meet them when you enroll to our course or department program. So program specification. Bakit walang pictures? Hold on. I'll repeat again the hold on. Sorry. And um, so program specification, the degree program described herein shall be called Bachelor of Fine Arts and the various art and design with specific cluster as follows. So in university, we are Bachelor of Fine Art. Here in UM, I mean, we name it Bachelor of Fine Arts and Design, major in painting. But we have various of skills that you're gonna learn upon taking the course. So mostly we focus on painting and sculpture. That's a studio base. So that's are the sample of our fine arts graduate and students here in UM. So that's are their sample works. Yes, you when you see that building, you're gonna also learn how to, do welding, and also the painting, mostly the traditional. But some of the students later are gonna show you their sample of works. Most of our student also work on painting, contemporary painting, so or contemporary art, but based on the Mindanaoan culture. So yeah. So visual communication, advertising, and graphic designing. So you will also learn that the designing stuff of this, um, on these skills. So hindi masyadong focus, but there's a glimpse of studies that you will learn of this kind of skills. And a lot of graduates also work on the graphic designing, graduate of fine arts rather, are working on an advertising and graphic designing. They're not specific into painting only or sculpture only, but they can also do designing of products or something like that. So industrial design, product design, fashion design, jewelry design, furniture design. So you will have some glimpse of skills that you will learn upon taking the course in the input base when you're in your college level, in first year, second year, and third year, fourth year. So yeah, you will learn that moving image like film, cinema, or making. We have a lot of fine arts students and graduate are also focusing on their film. Later, I will show you some sample of our multi-awarded student before, now a graduate of fine arts, and now she's kind of kindly working on different mediums. So, hindi lang focus talaga sa isang skills, but you will also, you know, look for things that um, you want to pursue or to create. Animation, and you will learn the Adobe Photoshop, illustration, and meron tayong subject niyan. So, art theory with product component, you can do art history, art education, art management. So, as for me, on art education, you can, share your knowledge of fine arts. You can be a historian, you can be a teacher and history, focus on history because we have an history too, and you can learn different history in fine arts. Art management, you can work on a gallery and do be a curator. And so, nature of field of the study program is characterized by the process of pursuing as aesthetic concern, philosophical study of beauty and taste. So more when you learn in third year or fourth year, you will learn the different philosophy, art movement, and theories, and your knowledge and skill, not just skills, but your knowledge will be developed here. So using visual supplements and sensory device created to translate ideas. So in the input base, in first year and second year level here in fine arts, you will learn the different materials, the various materials that you will learn here upon taking this course. Producing and authoring media and relate technology to express ideas, communicate message, and raise opinion to elect reactions and action from the audience, user or receiver information. So you're not just like visually, like as what they said, that you're just gonna settle with visual, like traditional, but here you will learn when you enter in this course, you will learn various of ideas, how to communicate, how to collaborate with different artists, and different information that you will learn just for you to level up. So program education objective, or PEO, to produce art and design professionals. A is whose creative work exceeded core Filipino values, as what kind of introduced as Dean introduced kanina sa video. You need to be creative when you graduate. You need to be creative and find your own style, and to be like national artist. Like if you dream to be a national artist, of course, here in the Philippines, of course, you will like introduce your work nationally or worldly, the Filipino values. B, and next is who demonstrate high level competence in artistic production in local and international setting. So you're not just gonna settle in kilid-kilid lang na you're just gonna work there like local or underground. But you're capable, you're graduate of fine arts. When you graduate, of course you have this competency of you to competent to local and international. Show you what you've got and what you've learned. And then, so, and last is who are committed to national building, lifelong learning. So when you graduate, upon when finishing the course, of course you're not gonna settle na, oh, tapos na ako mag-aral, ganyan. But learning never art never art contemporary art never stop. So learning never stop in art making. So there's a different ideas, new ideas that you can create, like digital art. You want to develop your digital art, new skills to develop. You will still learn that when you graduate. But the basic is already in yours. Like when you take the course, the basic learning or lesson is already in your heart and brain, of course. So, yan yung importante, the basic, yung fundamental of the learning is nandito sa fine arts program. So, here's the specific profession or career path occupation after you graduate. So, graduates of the program in fine arts and design are endeavors to be advertising artists. Like, in the advertising, when you see the TV, the advertising design, you can work on that too. Animators, art directors, cartographer, cartoonists. Actually, we have a fine arts graduate that work in a uh, newspaper right now. He's a cartoonist. Like, kung makita niyo sa mga dyaryo, yung mga sketches, cartoonist there. Yan, pwede kayong maka-apply ganyan. So, costume and fine jewelry designing. Yan, pwede din kayo. Creative director, design manager. Actually, I'm also a design manager and an event manager before when the pandemic never didn't happen. I'm also working the same time with that company. There's a company here in Mindanao that I'm working that, I designed the stage, I designed like that my event. I'm a stage manager like that, the design creativity of the events. So I'm part of that. Educators, fashion design, fashion stylist, if you know already that. Film directors, you can do also produce your own film. They create like, creativity, like cartoon film, something like that. Furniture design, game environment designer, graphic designer. Actually, here we have a lot of graphic designers already that graduate here in fine arts. They're working in national, international companies. Their own. They're not working on companies, but it's or parang commissions design. Illustrator, installation artist, layout artist, model makers, package designing. Yan yung package designing. You can create a design. Same with the, what do you call it? So advertising. So painters, photographers, printmakers, production designers, sculpture, shoe designers, special effect artists, tattoo artists, if you want to be a tattoo artist, textile designers, video editors, visual developers, visual merchandiser, and web designer. So, ayan, lahat ng to you can apply after you graduate of the 4 years course of fine arts. So I have some videos that I will show this the sample of like education, like we're conducting some art tutorial while you're still in college. You can conduct art seminars, like art tutorials to the kids. You can do that. Kasi, diba, the tuition is like really good here in UM, but the materials as in reality, as a fine art student, hirap ka produce ng materials. You can work already in the various job while you're still studying. So, so I have some video. Here. Madungog ba?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. This video, we conducted this in summer class, pag wala kang summer, especially here in fine art, UF don't have a summer class. So summer class, we conducted some art tutors and we earned money from that while while waiting for next semester. So merong kids, meron ding parents. So, and it's a good money for, I know it's really bad to mention, but, to be an artist there's a lot of you know um, opportunities for you to earn, not just after you graduate, pilid-pilid ka lang na art and science. And there's a lot of opportunities. If you really strive hard, the passion, sabi nga kanina ni Sir, unang speaker natin. So, the motivation to do the work. Yeah. Not just skills, but you need to also work on your motivation to survive. Kasi hindi naman lahat ng, if you graduate, kahit hindi fine arts, hindi naman lahat ng graduate ng course, when you graduate and then, the company will come to you, hindi ganyan. Ikaw talaga yung mismo mag-strive hard to get what you want and to earn and survive to the cruel world talaga, in the reality. Yan. So that's are the sample of the printmaking, the painting. This is the studio of the fine arts before. But now, because it's pandemic, we're doing online classes and we somehow like some video call and while doing the class, they have the painting in front and then we are like guiding them in say parang ganyan pa rin, but just the online calling are just different. Pero iba talaga, sana mabalik na yung normal classes natin. But video and this is still the same. We conduct or teach the same approach. So ayan, sculpting during the class or sculpting time. This one is Renoida. She joined to Yakoma um, do like cartooning. So she won the first place. We really have a lot of um, winners or graduates that or during hindi pag graduate students pa lang, they join a lot of contest like join a lot of contests and then they won. These are the sample of our college students, the design or like the print logo design. So graduates of the program in fine arts and design can also become account executive. So ito yung mga allied field after you graduate if you don't want to do those things. So ayan, account executive, art critics, art conservator and restorer. Yung mga this one is when the old artwork, like makita nyo sa videos ng mga artists na mga painting, they're gonna restore the artwork to preserve it. So you can do that. Art dealers, decorative artist, art historian, art manager, curator, copywriter, culture heritage worker, gallery manager, event organizer. This one, I'm doing this one, the event organizer, exhibit designer, food stylist, and production assistant. Ayan, yun yung mga program or career path that you can get the opportunity career. So program outcome. So the minimum standards for the program in fine arts and design are expressed in the following minimum set of learning outcome. Common to all program in all types. So hindi lang dito, but fine arts. This is the nature of the fine arts program when you graduate. So first is the graduate know the manifest heightened consciousness of the Philippine society and culture. Serve the interests of Filipino without prejudice to foreign influence and equipped with the ability to adapt and translate indigenous and traditional art material and practice with history perspective. Actually, these materials were really like, of course, wala tayong own na like the painting, it's from the foreign concept. But the concept of the creation of the artwork is the culture, the richness of culture here in Mindanao, or not just in Mindanao, but if you're from Manila, there are lots of culture that you can showcase to the world. And ayan. So this one are the works of Gister Rani, and now exhibit to the National Museum. These are the 11 tribes of Mindanao. And this one is the thesis studio, ito yung thesis ko nila presentation. When you have the panel, and you're gonna showcase you show your artwork and show the concept using the theoretical framework, the concept, and the history, or of the culture. But some of as yung sabi ko nga, hindi lahat ng student na nandito sa fine arts, they want to, pursue the traditional culture like Muslim or something like that. Some of them are contemporary artists, like they want to um, showcase the contemporary life living of Philippines. Like sa akin, I'm also my artwork or my final thesis is more on contemporary artwork, like uh, prostitute here in Mindanao. So I showcase something like that. So hindi lang culture, but the Filipino um, concepts, or I show that, or created that concept. So ayan, B is the graduate, research, and creative apply art and design theory. So during college days, hindi ka lang magpinta-pinta or ganyan. You have your classmates there, especially sa online. You're gonna have video calls to after you created your artwork. You will create the concept first and the design before you apply that into the final output or the input. So after that, you will showcase that to your classmates, to me, or we can share that to the Facebook page of Fine Arts Program, and everybody can see that nationally and worldly. And using the theories and skills or art movement, or art history that you use on that. So, ayan. They are grounded in the basic tools and techniques in visualizing concept. They're able to formulate new artistic expression, explore, adapt new media, in innovative realization of art and projects. So from here, in the input base, you will learn the different various of materials usage, the painting, the um, traditional classic painting, So you need to learn the basic or the fundamental um, lesson here. So hindi ka direct na, pa-create na ako ng my own concept. You're gonna learn the still life, the anatomy of human. And also we before in college days, we also have that live session of nude session, like the person in front of you are gonna draw that in front of the others. So ganyan. So it's really fun. Pero ngayon pandemic, hopefully it will end soon. So we'll go back to our our normal classes. Ayan. So the graduates know and understand the art and design history and contemporary issues as they manifest open-mindedness to varied school of thoughts. So ayan, these are the students or graduate of fine arts that working on the galleries and art portal here in Mindanao. Also, they also working on the outside galleries, like such as Manila galleries or sa ganyan. So these artists are working on contemporary concepts, and so it's their own style, own concept, but varied or connected to the or grounded to the theories that you will learn in college. And same with this. And so, common to all programs in all type school. The graduate observe best practice, professional ethics in art and design, and are knowledgeable in interplay of art with the science and can collaborate setting. So, sabi nga nila, no man is an island. So, you need to collaborate with other artists, different galleries, different investors for you to level up, you know. Hindi ka lang magsisettle na, oh, I can manage to myself, you know. I can work for myself. Hindi ganyan. If you want to, you know, kung gusto mo ibenta yung sarili mo, your artwork, you need to collaborate with different artists. Ayan. So, these are the different artists and students that collaborate with different galleries so that they have they can exhibit and have this um, someone to provide the needs for the exhibit, something like that. So paint, yeah, and we also into the news and the different media just for you to expose to the community. Ayan. So program outcome, and this one is in the Sambuanga. I'm one of the participants of the Sambuanga. We are collaborate with the Malaysian artists in this and different artists from Mindanao. So okay, yes, lapit na po. Ayan. So let's make it fast. So the graduate have the ability to apply necessary skills in art management. So ayan. The graduate respect their culture and natural behavior. So ayan. This Jaren Dahan is one of the multi-awarded students here in fine art student that win a lot of contests in different contests. Ayan. So also Bungawan. And we're really exposed to different contests here in local and national level. So we won first place, champion, third place. So Renaida, this one, she's one of the animator cartoonists produced by UM. And Salcedo, and finalist. And Bianca is my batchmate, multi-awarded winner. So I will just show some video, like quick video lang sa work niya. Here. She works on her digital art the same time with the painting, traditional painting. So how she collaborates the work, the medium that she created. So my painting and the same time meron siya. Ayan. So that's her work. And another one is painting niya. Hindi siya na she works a lot of doesn't painting but more good more than more that you will learn in college. So, ayan. So, the graduates are motivated towards lifelong learning. Sabi ko nga kay Bianca, she never stopped learning different various materials. So, it's art making is a lifelong learning. So, we'll settle with that. So University of Mindanao, Bachelor of Fine Arts, classroom, and computer lab. Um, ayan. This one is the still life. Pero this one is first year. And third year and fourth year, kung sa life tayo, we have the human anatomy or live human anatomy drawing or painting or sketching. So, merong babae sa harap niyo. Ayan. So, that's all. And before I go, I have one video more. This was on my college days. So, yeah.
I don't mind letting you down easy, but just give it time. If it don't hurt now, but just wait a while. And like the big fish in the pond, no more. You were what they're feeding on. So what are you gonna do when the world don't orbit around you? So what are you gonna do when the world don't orbit around you? Ain't it fun living in the real world? Ain't it good being all alone? Where you from? You might be the one who's running things. Well, you can ring anybody's bell to get what you want. See, it's easy to ignore trouble. To do when the world don't orbit around you. So what are you gonna do when nobody wants to fool with you? Ain't it fun living in the real world? Ain't it good being all alone? Ain't it good to be on your own? Ain't it fun you can't count on no one? Ain't it good to be on your own? Ain't it fun you can't count on no one? Ain't it fun living in the real world? Don't go crying to your mama, 'cause you're on your own in the real world. Don't go crying to your mama, 'cause you're on your own in the real world. Ain't it fun? Baby, now you're one of us. Ain't it fun? Ain't it fun? Ain't it fun? Ain't it fun? Living in the real world. Ain't it good? Ain't it good? Being all alone. Ain't it fun? Living in the real world. 'Cause the world don't open up. Ain't it good? Ain't it good? Being all alone. Go crying to your mama. You're on your own in the real world. Go crying to your mama. You're on your own in the real world.
Hopefully that you will have, you're interested to you guys. Ayan.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. Okay, that was from the Fine Arts and Design Best Practices again. Thank you so much, Ma'am Giselle Namalata. And I think that concludes our webinar session for the Architecture and Fine Arts and Design program. So again, we thank you all the immersion teachers, all the students or participants, and also the principals for allowing you to participate in this webinar session. Okay, so once again, we would like to congratulate you in advance on your graduation day. Advance happy graduation day to everyone. And please don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms, our future updates and announcement. And for your certificate, kindly accomplish this form. I will share it to you here in our chat box. Okay. So here in our chat box, I will be sharing to you the feedback form. Okay. So once you accomplish this form, we will send to you the certificate of participation. Okay. So once again, thank you so much for joining our webinar session, and good luck and God bless for your future endeavor. And always stay safe, everyone. Goodbye.